Afternoon. This afternoon we are going to elaborate kind of social subject, come economic subject. It actually covers both the aspect of subjects. Title for the subject today is FAA, Food Adulteration Act of India. India has promulgated Food Adulteration Act several times with no teeth, no nail. Act is there, but Act is not so stringent, so Spartan, so tough that it can actually put a dent in the adulteration business everywhere in India. It is kind of soft law with velvet hammer. It doesn't have a sledgehammer to use against the adulterators, and that is the reason adulteration in India flourishes, proliferates, increases diem per diem. Food Adulteration Act has not been able to put any kind of dent in adulteration business, and there are 4 reasons for that. I have actually chosen 4 reasons. There can be 25 reasons for that. But 4 reasons will suffice. Sum up why the Food Adulteration Act is in place, but still adulteration doesn't fizzle out. Adulteration doesn't go. So there are 4 reasons for that. Reason number 1 is adulterators can be punished by fine, prison, or sentence, and even revoking their food license. Now, law, FAA, prescribe that these are the punishment prescribed in the law. But the point is that law should be implemented, and that is missing in the food adulteration in the society. Law has not been promulgated. It has been promulgated by the lawmakers in the government, but implementation is missing. Police, court, judges, they don't actually take this matter so seriously. They think the food adulteration is a part of the business. This way businessmen can enhance a little profit, or that is only the way the businessman can survive. They think that if the food adulteration is not allowed and banned 100%, then most of the businessmen will be either out of business, or they are going to jack up the price of their commodities so high that consumers will not be able to afford. So it is like a child labor. Judge is served tea by a child, but judge is not going to do anything because he is not actually thinking cerebrally but viscerally. He thinks that if I'm going to put this kid out of business, then his family will suffer. His siblings, his parents will be depending upon him. And that is why everything goes shera in India. Everyone thinks in the term of goes shera. Just let it happen. Just let it go. Just slide it. Just tolerate it. Just don't worry about this thing and just let it go. And because of that, this kind of crimes actually flourish in the society because the criminals are not punished. They are not taken to the task. Nobody throws the book at them. And that is why the food adulteration, child labor, and number of other criminalities, the social criminalities which are institutionalized. Nobody pays any attention. And the crime flourishes, crime grows, crime actually increases diem per diem. So adulteration can be punished, but they are not punished because this adulteration violation can be considered a minor thing, and even if you take someone to the court, the judge is going to give him only velvet hammer punishment, not the sledgehammer punishment at all. Point number 2, adulteration is rampant due to lubrication money. Look, adulteration in the medicine was found about 15 years ago in India, and Gujarat was number one in arresting so many pharma companies and their bosses and their chemists and all sorts of things. This Manmohan Singh, when the Prime Minister at the time, and they passed the law that anybody is going to adulterate in medicine will be hanged, will be given capital punishment. That was too big. Lots of people were happy and everybody hailed that law and everybody was welcoming the law and everybody was relieved, satisfied that now 60% adulteration in the medicine, 60% of medicines in India were at that time spurious. Today, after 15 years, only God knows. So now people of India took the breath of relief that now spurious medicine will be gone because capital punishment. But not a single person. Thousands of pharma companies are there, and not a single person was hanged, was given capital punishment. Baroda was the biggest. Underworld pharmaceutical companies were there. Biggest number was found in Baroda. And nothing has happened. Even today, they have been thriving, they have been teaming, and they have been making huge amount of money by selling adulterated drugs. Why? Lubrication money. Now, these kind of companies can make, say, for example, 500 crore rupees per year. Out of 500 crore, all they have to do is to just spend 50 crore rupees and spread out, distribute among all the authorities. You are happy as a pharma company, crook pharma company, I should say, and we are happy as a crook authority. Bother, hunky-dory, hallelujah. So now, lubrication money in India is so much that it can reach to all the way to New Delhi in 10 Janpath, and it can reach all the way down to Kanyakumari and can buy any kind of authority, can bribe any government authority. So because of this, lubrication money is so flourishing, so much, they can spend so generously to bribe all the government agents and government officials that they keep their mouth shut. Number 3, consumers never raise hackles. Now, Indian consumers are naive consumers. They are absolutely ignorant consumers. They are oblivious, totally oblivious kind of consumers. They don't know, first of all, that the thing that they consume is adulterated. Now, a study was conducted by Times of India, just about 10 years ago, and they found that milk in India is 80 to 90% adulterated. In Gujarat, 10% milk, 90% adulteration. And what they adulterate the milk with? First of all, chalk powder. Number 2, tallow. Tallow means animal lipid, means fat. Third, detergent. Now, 90% milk was adulterated. Milk had only real milk, defected the pure milk, bona fide milk only 10%. Div, Daman and Goa, they found over there 90% milk was absolutely unadulterated. 10% adulteration in Gujarat, 90% adulteration in UP, 95% adulteration. Now people drink it, people use it, because chalk will make it white. Soya bean is going to make it full of protein. Then the tallow is going to give it fat content, and detergent is going to give it a kind of the tangy flavor that a milk has. So no, don't you think that I know the government doesn't know? Don't you think that People know, and the authority and the police department and DSP and the DIG, and they don't know. Impossible. They are not that stupid. They are not that naive. They are not that nitwit. They know. But only the thing is that they are bought. They are bought with lots of money. And they promise them that we are going to keep our mouth shut, you can continue the business, and continuously pour our cut on our table every month after month after month, and we are going to keep our mouth shut. A day will come and you are going to stop. Then we are going to crack down on you, and you will be arrested, and you will be thrown in jail, and your license will be revoked. That is consumers' fault. Consumers are at fault that they don't raise any hacker. They don't complain about it. They don't protest about it. They don't actually create a kind of activism against all these adulterations. Number 4, adulterators are too big fish. Cannot be caught in the net of the law. Net of the law is too small for these adulterators. They are billionaires, they are multi-millionaires, they are too big. They are actually the client of the government. They pay government regular installment of lubrication money, and the government is never going to open mouth and not even arrest them, or not even listen to them, or not even accept any application, any petition against them. Not only that, some of these adulterators are so big that when you complain against them, government is not going to even call them and tell them that we have received a complaint against you, because they are too big. Say, for example, you complain against Mukesh Ambani. Now, do you think government is going to investigate Mukesh Ambani or Tata or Birla or Bajaj? Name is enough. The name is so big that government is going to keep the mouth shut, and your application will be burned, will be buried under the ground. Nobody is going to even read your petition, your complaint against these people who are the client, who are the mama law and the papa law, who pay regular installment, very hefty, regular installments to the government people to keep their mouth shut, and everything goes on. Ko sera sera. Ko sera sera. Thank you very much for listening. That's all the time we have. Thank you very much. See you again next time. Until then, God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.